Well, welcome to our roundhouse. This is something we finished in 2019. I think we got the final inspections, and it was originally going to be a geodesic dome. It still has the same footprint as a geodesic dome, but due to some height limitations, we had to make some modifications to the plan. So we went vertical wall to a flat ceiling, and then a cupola in the center, and access to the cupola or the spiral staircase over here. A lot of people get just a little turned around coming in here because being round, there are no square corners anywhere. Everything is a little different. But this is the living area and the kitchen area. Total house is about 1,200 square feet we ended up with. And we did some experiments. You might notice the floors are not really a brick or a tile. It's stamped concrete that was stained during the finishing process, and it's a Venetian fan, I think is what they call the pattern. The walls are another experiment picked up from the Florida Solar Energy Center a number of years ago, and that they're solid poured concrete block. These little bump outs you see, or they're just architectural and a place, a chase to run electrical wiring and stuff in. You can hear the difference, but these walls always stay kind of cool here in Florida. And we have very, very low energy bills because it's kind of like being in a cave. What you're seeing is the concrete block with a light finish on it. We use thin set, so you don't see any of the joints. And then when the drywall contractor came in, he did a spray knockdown right over that thin set. But on the outside of the wall is 2 inches of foam insulation and a fiberglass with stucco attached to it. So it's a little different than what you typically see in a residential application. We almost eliminated the spiral staircase over here. Nobody seemed to be comfortable trying to build a spiral staircase. So the carpenter, a friend of mine I have a long history with, we started off and built about 5 steps high. Had already gotten permission from the city that we didn't have to build a stairway up to the cupola if we didn't want to. But we built about 5 steps, and the building inspector came by, and he's like a little kid. He was really excited to see what we're doing. He encouraged us to go ahead and finish it all the way into the cupola. A lot of spiral staircases you'll see will be metal around a center post, and we ended up doing it all wood, and we were happy with the outcome. We actually had to make our own curved plywood, take thin sheets of plywood, cut them to the right width dimension, and then glue it together. Even the handrails is similar. That's like 5 or 6 sheets of plywood laminated together. This is a flat roof, nearly flat. It does slope 1/4 inch per foot. But we used a roofing product I was not familiar with. It's a liquid membrane system. So you've got a plywood deck, 3/4 inch plywood, topped out with this similar to fiberglass, then topped with this liquid membrane. And we've got 6 or 7 coats of the liquid accumulated over time, and we recently redid it. They suggest you recoat it about every 5 or 6 years. The house is 15-sided. Call it a round house, but it's actually got 15 sides, which if you look at geodesic homes, that's typically they have the 15 angle breaks in it. Coming up to the cupola is 5-sided, but that complements the 15 side. It made it easier to frame and work with. Originally, we were going to use at least some metal roof on this house over the cupola and out over the porch. And we made a decision after we did the main roof here. We liked the product so good, we decided to do the rest of the house with the liquid membrane. We're very pleased with it. Sealed up very nice. Matter of fact, this house sealed up so tight that we were one of the first houses to get a blower door pressure test. We failed the test because we were too tight. We had to go back and create some kind of man-made leaks, and we did it through our venting system. You can see some of the vent up here. We got like 9 vents that come out of the house. And actually, it was the inspector suggested we crimp them just a little bit so that we could create that airtight resistance to put the vacuum in the house. But we enjoyed up here. We got the excellent view of the river from here, and we've always enjoyed that. In the morning, you can sit out here and watch a sunrise. The house is 2 bedrooms, 2 similar sized bedrooms, and 2 full baths. And we set it up specifically such it was wheelchair accessible. All of the doors are nominal 36 inch, and there are no thresholds or anything coming through the door, so make it more wheelchair accessible. As you come in and see the shower area, a wheelchair can roll in here, and it drains very well. Water from the shower doesn't get on the main bathroom. Originally this shower came all the way to the wall, and we changed it so it could have a door. So this is the bedroom that adjoins that first bathroom on the west side of the house. Double wide closets, and all of the rooms do have ability to look out and see the river. The kitchen has a large walk-in pantry with a freezer and shelves in it, a freestanding island with seat and some cabinets and dishwasher. This is the primary bedroom that we like to use, and it looks out, has a really good view towards the river. Similar size to the bedroom we just went through. Has a little bigger closet area overall, not the same. And full bathroom and shower. And again, the shower and the doorway into the bathroom were set up to accommodate a wheelchair with 36-inch doors. Code required us to use more heating and air conditioning than we really needed because the house is so efficient, but we've got 3 mini splits and typically only have 1 running. And you can zone it whatever part of the house that you're in. The utility bills will run $60 to $90. The house being a round house is very resistant to structural damage from high winds, hurricane winds. The round shape just bleeds the air off around the house very effectively. This is Cleopatra on the couch with her mama Kathy. Fauci down here on the floor. This is Fauci when he was a few months old. We call it Bigfoot because the angle of the camera and stuff, his large feet really are prominent there. This little table we stumbled on to walking through Costco one day. It fit perfect, and the chess pieces are still intact, and it has the little tuck-in stools that are pretty comfortable to sit at. We plan to keep that, enjoy it down the road. There's a lot of indirect lighting. The house it's a collection of ideas, you know, it's very eclectic, and I've got some buddies that really enjoy Frank Lloyd Wright, and they'll mention his name. I said, well, this isn't a Frank Lloyd Wright house. He did a lot of round shapes, probably one of our most admired and respected architects. And so this is maybe an engineer's version of a less expensive house that Frank Lloyd Wright might have considered.